I'm financial expert and New York Times bestselling author Nicole Lapin.
And I'm Magnifi, the AI assistant that powers the Magnifi app.
And we are your money assistants. On the show, we help people overcome financial setbacks and meet their money goals. So here's what we're gonna do. First, you'll hear me talk to a guest about their relationship with money and their financial dreams.
And then I'll provide a personalized game plan developed by the most cutting-edge financial technology.
If you want us to be your financial assistants, listen to the end of the episode to hear how. Until then, this is who we'll be assisting today. It's Nicole. Surprise! I'm today's guest. Longtime listener, first-time caller. My money goal is to make a better plan around buying a house. So, show me what you've got, Magnifi. Okay, so to recap, yes, I am today's guest with a question. And you know why? Because everyone, even finance nerds, have money questions. Shrinks have shrinks, doctors have doctors, money nerds most certainly need money assistance. I decided to come on the show and put my own financial life on tape because I know so many people are thinking through the home buying equation right now. Even though the economy is not awesome and eggs cost like $1 million at the grocery store, real estate is still at the top of our shopping list. And I get it. A house is more than just bricks and wood and mortar or whatever houses are made of. A house is a home. You want to settle in it. You want to nest in it. Again, I get it. Nest your face off. But if you really want to feel at home, your house should not put you in a financial prison. People break the bank over housing all the time because they assume that buying a house is the right financial move. And it can be, but it's not for everyone. Especially now, because again, the housing market is not buyer-friendly right now. Prices and mortgage rates are high, which means great deals are few and far between. Frankly, if you're looking to buy a house right now is a pretty crummy time. But if none of this has fazed you, I have a very quick checklist that you should go through before you even consider buying a home. Here are 3 things you need to be able to say heck yes to. Let's dive in. Number 1. You can afford it. I mean, can you really afford it? Typically, you need 20% of the cost of the house in cash as a down payment. You can't look at home buying, though, in a vacuum. If you have a bunch of credit card debt, don't ask me how you're going to buy a house. There are more important things to think about on your financial priority list. You need your debt to go to 0, emergency fund ready to roll. Then and only then can we have the home buying discussion. Number 2, you're going to live in it for a while. Life happens unexpectedly. I mean, all of 2020 is pretty clear evidence of that. If you feel or if you have a strong hunch you're going to need to move soon, or if you're going to need cash soon, you shouldn't buy. A house is an asset, yes, but it's an illiquid asset, meaning it's hard to melt into cash when you really need it. Number 3, you have a steady job you love. Job uncertainty makes for terrible timing to make an investment this enormous. Whether you're unhappy in your job or these crazy times put your job in jeopardy, the bottom line is if you're in the market for a new job, you should not also be pursuing the housing market. If you don't have a steady job, you should be leaving the door open, pun intended, for any opportunity that might come up, which, should you take the job, might demand moving. So, how do we do? If you did not check all of these things off, you probably should not be buying a house right now. And that is a-okay. Just because you're not positioned to buy a house right this second doesn't mean you will never buy a house. It also doesn't mean that you're financially insecure or irresponsible. Keep listening to Money Assistant and I will get you in house buying shape in no time. Until you're ready to take that step, though, you can enjoy not being your own landlord. But if you did check off all those golden rules, then amazing. Go forth and shop around. I personally am going to start shopping around, which is why I'm going to bring my money assistant, Magnifi, in to help with a game plan.
Hi, I'm your AI investing assistant powered by Magnifi. And yes, I'm AI. I'm engineered to answer your biggest investing questions and help you make your money work for you. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Magnifi.
How can I help?
You help me get on track to buy my first and hopefully forever home?
Yes, I can help you create a personalized plan to help you invest toward your house down payment. Putting down 20% when applying for a mortgage will help avoid private mortgage insurance and help secure better interest rates. How much of a down payment do you need?
Home prices are so high in LA right now, so I would probably be looking at $1 million home. That's a $200,000 down payment.
Okay, when do you want to purchase the house?
I'm going to go with 5 years.
Got it. How much have you already saved towards your down payment?
Literally $0. Everything I've saved is just going back into my business.
And how much do you plan on contributing annually?
I think I can swing $1,500 a month. So that's what, 18 grand a year?
Saving $200,000 in 5 years can be tough. Do you want me to help you build an investment portfolio to maximize your chances?
Yes, please.
Based on an initial investment of $0 and an annual contribution of $18,000 for 5 years, you will likely be short of your $200,000 goal by over $94,000.
Okay. Good to know. So how do I improve my chances of getting my dream home?
Here are some options. You can adjust the timeline to reach your goal from 5 years to 10 years. You can adjust your savings goal from $18,000 a year to $38,000 a year. Or I can show you a portfolio that can increase your odds.
I'm really in no rush. And honestly, I can't contribute more cash right now because I'm putting everything and reinvesting back into my business. So I guess I'll push the timeline out to 10 years.
I have created an investment portfolio tailored to your goal of $200,000 for your house down payment over 10 years. It looks like you're well on your way. Based on an initial investment of $0 and a continual contribution of $18,000, you have a success chance of 85% of achieving your goal. Here's an optimized portfolio to help you reach your goal. 52% in SPY and S&P 500 ETF. 24% in IEFA, an ETF that includes a broad range of companies in developed international countries. 13% in AGG, an ETF that's a proxy for the US bond market. 6% in BNDX, an ETF that tracks international bonds. 4% in IEMG, an ETF that includes emerging markets. And 1% in VWOB, an ETF that gives exposure to emerging market international bonds.
Well, thanks, Magnifi. You know I love ETFs, and you know I love you. So to recap, I'm going to put aside $18,000 a year for 10 years and invest that in an optimized portfolio. And then after 10 years, I'm going to have $200,000 as a down payment that I'm going to need for my $1 million house. As always, I reserve the right to change my mind and my goals. But until then, yeah, I am going to enjoy not being my own landlord. And you better believe I'm going to take myself through the money mantra because I believe in getting my mindset right. I will invest in myself, do the work, and meet my financial goals. Money Assistant is a production of Money News Network. Money Assistant is a sponsored podcast by Magnifi. Magnifi is the AI designed to help you invest. Yes, you. You too can have me and Magnifi as your money assistants. Subscribe to Magnifi at moneyassistant.com, and not only will you get your own AI financial sidekick, but you'll also get access to a members-only live Zoom workshop with me where I'll answer your investing questions, and together we'll get you on the road to financial freedom. Advisory services are offered through Magnifi LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are sold by Perspective. Please consider the investment objectives, risks, changes, and expenses carefully before investing. The Perspective, which contains this and other information about the investment company, can be obtained by the fund company or your financial professional. Be sure to read the Perspective very carefully before you decide whether to invest. This is a sponsored podcast paid for by Magnifi LLC. I'm a client of Magnifi LLC, so this should be considered an endorsement or testimonial. Magnifi LLC is a client of Money News Network LLC, so I do have an incentive to promote this client. The testimonials provided may not represent the experience of other clients and are not a guarantee of future performance or success. Opinions expressed in this program do not necessarily reflect those of Magnifi LLC. The topics discussed and opinions given are not intended to address the specific needs of any listener. Magnifi LLC does not offer legal or tax advice. Listeners are encouraged to discuss their financial needs with the appropriate professional regarding your individual circumstance.